Facebook. Good evening and happy Friday, and welcome to another episode of Post Daily Dose with me, your trusted parenting advisor, faithful guide and servant on the healing journey. What's my name? Big Papa Brian+Post. In this episode, we're going to talk about this part of you that is trying to speak, and you really need to hear what it's saying. That's what you got coming up in this episode. Before I get started, I want to give a very special shout out to a few dear friends of mine. Mama Ray, Maddie, and Vivian. Her two beautiful daughters, smart, intelligent, and talented. Just wanted to say hi to them this evening. They're tuning in to watch Big Papa. And Big Papa says, "Hey, girls, hey." So, all right, I hope everyone had a fantastic day. So I was talking to head parenting coach Christy today, and she was talking about the Fear to Love book study that she's doing. Hey, Missy, how you doing? Hey, Mama Post. She's talking about the Fear to Love book study that she's doing, and this kind of breakthrough that she'd had with one of her parents during one of the studies, one of the courses, and it was, and she sent me a text. The message was she helped the mom get to the message of her heart, of what her heart was saying. And I thought that was so profound and important, and it reminded me of a coaching call I did with a parent today in talking to her 20-year-old daughter. And this is a 20-year-old with a very early trauma history. And what I was saying to the mom is that you have to connect with her when she is in that state of dysregulation and upset emotions. You have to connect with her in a way that she feels you. It's not enough for you just to speak the words. She has to feel you. And my exact words to her were, you have to access the pain within you to speak to the pain within her. And then Christy, hi Jill. Christy said that she had helped this parent work through some of her head discourse to get to the authentic message of her heart. And I thought, that is really important. And that's what I am oftentimes encouraging you as parents to do when I'm talking about meeting your child in that vulnerable place, meeting them in that hurtful place. And maybe you've heard me tell a story of when I was with a child and he was in the midst of his upset, and I just got so emotional that I just started crying as I expressed my frustration about all the pain that he'd gone through and my anger about him being mistreated. It's getting through the head talk to get to the real authentic heart message. And this is important, and this is the message is always there, and this is why I want you to listen. And you may even have to ask the question, hey Heidi, you may even have to ask the question, what is my heart really wanting to say to my child? So in the midst of a really challenging situation, ask yourself the question in this moment, because I'm always encouraging you to slow down, because there's nothing that has to happen right in this moment. That's what stress tells you needs to happen. Stress tells you something has got to take place right in this moment. I really want you, in the slowing down, in the breathing, in the 3 to 10 deep breaths, in the choosing love, I want you to ask yourself the question, and sometimes it will help to put your hand on your heart. Put your hand on your heart, and that's something we do in my parent camps, my therapist camps, mapping the body, connecting to the emotion in the body. And you place your hand on it to center you in that emotion even deeper, to ground you into that emotion. So you put your hand on your heart, and sometimes you close your eyes, and you say to yourself, and I would encourage you to even speak directly to your heart. Speak directly to your heart. what is the authentic message of my heart? What is my heart wanting to communicate to my child? And in the example that Christy shared with me, the message that the parent received was, I miss you. The video games get more time with you than I do, and I miss my time with you. How often do we have that authentic, heartfelt communication with our child? Or is it more times than not mired in the, you get off of this because I tell you to get off of it. It's time to get off of it. I'm going to take this away. You're not listening to me. I don't like the disrespect. Don't be defiant. How often do we just stop and listen to? Because see, all that's head stuff. All that's fear-based head stuff. None of that is heart stuff. The heart is not fearful of how your child is going to turn out 10 years from now, 5 years from now, a year from now. The heart is only concerned with right now. See if you can allow yourself to stop. Think about your child and ask your heart, what is the authentic message of my heart? What is my heart wanting to say to my child? And I'm always encouraging emotion. Emotion is the energy of the body. And when you are able to tap into your emotion, you are able to express an energy at so much more of a greater authentic level than just using words. Emotion is raw, it's vulnerable, and it's real. And so when you ask your heart, what is the message of my heart? What does my heart want to say to my child? As you get quiet, feel the emotion that comes up with that answer. Listen for the answer. That may sound a little weird to some of you, but your body talks to you. Your body is telling you things all the time. All you've got to do is get quiet and listen. So listen for the answer and see what your heart tells you and share that with your child. And in the example that Christy shared with me, the story she shared with me, is that the parent made the statement to her son and then she left the room. There's no expectation for an outcome. She was not looking for anything to happen. She was just making an authentic expression from her heart. And she left the room. And when she came back, he had put the video games away and he'd pulled out a board game so they could play together. And the mother was just in awe and in shock. And so I really want to pose that question to you. And that's not a challenge, is it? It's not really a challenge. It's an undertaking. I want to present that undertaking to you. I want to present that opportunity. It is an opportunity to just stop and slow down and ask yourself. And you could do that with anyone that you love. I mean, how beautiful is that? To just stop and just connect and say, what does my heart want to say? And just express that truth. Right? That's a beautiful thing. And you can start with your kids. And then I would even encourage you to express that about yourself. What is your heart saying about you? What does your heart want you to hear about you? What message in your heart is your heart trying to tell you? Because your body talks to you all the time. All the time. So that's all. Remember, in any given situation, we always have two choices. We can just continue to be stressed out and react from our imprints of stress and fear and overwhelm and shock. And we can just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different outcome. And Einstein calls that the definition of insanity. Or we can stop. We can take 3 to 10 deep breaths. We can slow down. We can find ourselves in that uncomfortable place, that unknown place. And we can stand still and we can have faith that love really can make everything okay. And you really can speak an authentic message from your heart. And it really can be heard. It will be heard. It is not a message that can just be blown away because it carries emotion with it. And in the process, you're choosing love. So I hope you guys have a fantastic Friday. I hope you have a lovely weekend. I hope you have fun. I hope you enjoy one another. Remember, the opposite to secure attachment is stress, and then there's joy. You got to have joy. You've got stress, you got to have joy. So I hope you have a fantastic Friday evening. I hope you wake up tomorrow, Saturday, refreshed and ready for a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. Big Papa loves you. God bless you, and we'll see you tomorrow.